For Elizabeth Power of Nebraska, like so many parents in this pandemic, the well-being of her 3 children is most important.
That's a little scary as a parent. How will this impact my child? Could my kiddo be the one that is severely impacted that ends up in the ICU? I don't want to take that risk.
The latest numbers show more than 277,000 kids in the U.S. have gotten sick with COVID-19. More than 3,000 have been hospitalized. Over 100 children have died. Now the FDA has okayed drug maker Pfizer to let kids as young as 12 test its experimental COVID vaccine candidate. A Pfizer spokesperson told Newsy their clinical trial researchers are, quote, following a careful stepwise approach as we move down to younger age groups, end quote. Dr. Mark Esper, a pediatric infectious disease specialist at the Cleveland Clinic, says he's getting a lot of questions from parents about a COVID vaccine for children.
They want to know when, and then they want to know, is it going to be effective? And then they want to know, is it going to be safe? And for the most part, those are the things that we're waiting for these trials.
He adds, though, children's immune systems look different as they mature. So a 10-year-old, 13-year-old, and 16-year-old could respond very differently to an experimental vaccine.
No vaccine will be FDA approved for children until it is tested in children.
The American Academy of Pediatrics supports the move. In early October, AAP President Dr. Sally Goza wrote the Department of Health and Human Services urging children be included in the vaccine trials, even though they are far less likely to get seriously ill from the virus.
It's only rare if it's not your child. And so if it's your child, it's not rare.
If drug makers want to test patients younger than 12, it would require a new study and possibly a modified formulation or dosing schedule. Pfizer says they're working with regulators on a potential pediatric study plan for that. Goza says it's important for transparency now to help parents understand the methodical nature of the process doesn't mean it has to move slowly. Health experts also add, just like in adult trials, any adolescent participant pool needs to be diverse.
We really do want, a wide swath of ages, races, ethnicities. It's really important that this vaccine work for everyone, or if it doesn't, that we understand why and we can compare other vaccines and see, how might one better fit a population than another.
The data does show that our Black and Latinx children are at higher risk for complications of COVID. And that's a very concerning issue.
Pfizer had announced including 16 to 18-year-olds in September. It's one of 4 companies in advanced phase 3 clinical trials in the U.S. 2 others are on hold after testers came down with an unexplained illness. And for moms like Elizabeth Power, that may place doubt.
That is a lot of responsibility for any family, and especially a preteen, to kind of understand what they're going through.
The American Academy of Pediatrics says they're hopeful a COVID-19 vaccine will be available for children by fall 2021. Lindsay Thies, Newsy, Denver.